The MCU multiverse has been expanding for years now, so today let's talk about the Marvel Comics multiverse, what it is, and the most important universes within it. Let's start with what a multiverse is. The multiverse is essentially a series of universes which can be similar but have very small variations within them. A great example of this is the Spider-Verse, because obviously we have in the main Marvel universe Spider-Man, Peter Parker, who we all know and love. In another universe there is Spider-Punk. In another one we also have Penny Parker. In another one there is Spider-Hero. The concept of Spider-Man remains the same, but the difference comes in within the person being Spider-Man. And the same rule applies for everyone across the multiverse. It doesn't matter what kind of hero or villain you are, this concept will remain mainly the same, but there will be minor differences across the multiverse to differentiate them from each other. Think of the comic universe being a bit like Across the Spider-Verse, in the sense that there are loads of different variations and universes of Spider-Man, but until they actually physically team up with each other, they don't really have that much interaction. So if you want to just focus on, say, Miles Morales comics, you can absolutely do that and just focus on his ones, and you don't have to worry about the rest of the multiverse. But if you do want to find out about all of these different spider variations, you can also read the multiversal team-up stuff. Admittedly, sometimes you will get events like House of M, where a new universe is created by people like Wanda Maximoff, but within that event it will be fully explained to you, so you do not have to be scrambling around trying to figure out what the continuity is or anything else, because it is explained within the run. And this may all now seem daunting, because obviously that means more multiverses, that means more continuities, more different character variations, different storylines, and everything else, but I can assure you there is an easy way to figure out which universe is which in turn then makes it easier to figure out whether or not you want to read that universe. To start with, most comics will be within the Marvel 616 universe, which is the main Marvel universe where most of their storylines happen. Anything set outside of the main Marvel universe will be clearly labelled at the beginning of the comic. On top of that, if it is not the main Marvel universe, it usually has some kind of title to it as well. An example of this is the Ultimate Universe, and I will say right now there are two of those because Marvel loves to make things confusing, but I will explain both in a second. The first was designated Earth 1610 because every universe gets its own designation, and this one was essentially designed to be an easy starting point for new readers in the 90s. But unfortunately this universe was filled with a lot of problematic elements that I really do not recommend reading. But in saying that, I would recommend the Brian Michael Bendis Ultimate Spider-Man run within this universe because it was the introduction to Miles Morales. The second Ultimate Universe works in basically the same way, in the sense that it is a great starting point for new readers. This run does admittedly start on Earth 616, the main Marvel universe, but it quickly goes into its own universe of Earth 6160. And everything that happens on Earth 616 is completely explained within the comic itself, so even if you are completely brand new to Marvel Comics, you will still be able to pick this one up and still understand what's going on. I won't go into any detail about any other worlds right now because there are so many of them, but what I did want to quickly mention as well is an incursion. Incursions happen when two worlds essentially collide with each other, which causes untold amounts of problems, which we see in events like Secret Wars. Battleworld was the result of Earth 616 and 1610 colliding with each other during the Secret Wars event. I won't go into much detail now about this just because I'm going to be making more videos about this in time for the Secret Wars movie to come out, but this world was ruled over by Doctor Doom, known as Emperor Doom, and when it was eventually split off from each other, Miles Morales ended up in Earth 616, the main Marvel universe. But like I said, that was a story for another video entirely, so in summary, the Marvel comic multiverse works exactly the same way as the MCU multiverse. The main character archetypes we know and love remain the same, but there are variations within the characters which differentiate the universes. Most comics are set on Earth 616, so if you pick up a general comic and it doesn't say anything about it being in another universe, it will be the main Marvel universe. And anything outside of Earth 616 will be very clearly labelled, so if you are someone who is confused by the multiverse, you can avoid it if you want to. And that is my very quick explanation of the Marvel comic multiverse, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me if you have any questions about this so I can get answering them, Or if there's any multiversal world you'd like to see me do a video for, please leave that down below as well so I can get working on it. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos where I'm going to be talking more about Marvel Comics and the MCU, please click subscribe. But until next time everyone, bye!